Hi everyone, and I just want to say thanks very much for anybody that's recently subscribed to the channel or um, has subscribed in the past. It's helping build the channel, and it's really great that you're supporting me, and I'm working hard to make sure that I'm helping you with your guitar playing along the way. So this video is just to demonstrate how simple techniques can really help with chord changing, and I'm using a simple chord change that everybody comes across when they start guitar, and you'll see it in songs. G to C. We're not doing that G, by the way. We're just doing this G, four-finger G, as I would call it, G4. Right. So if you have, whether you have a simple rhythm or a complicated rhythm, there are things that need to happen. I suppose we could call them mechanical things that need to happen for this chord change to be smooth. Now, take a look there at my elbow. There is absolutely no way that I would sit and try and do that and keep that out there. Why would you do that when you're just making life much harder? There's a sort of a thing. Now, I'm not saying that there's a right and wrong way to do this. I'm just saying the way I do things and the way I've done it works for me. Hopefully this will work for you. I'm not going to say you must do it this way. It's about experimenting and trying things out and seeing what's comfortable. We've all got longer fingers and smaller hands and all that. And by the way, if you do have smaller hands, don't be thinking that's a disadvantage. There are ways to work around that as well. But we're not getting into that in this video. This video is really about, this video is really just about some of the things to think about when you're changing chords. Okay, so there's G. Now when I change, automatically, now I'm not even thinking about my elbow, it just comes in because I'm thinking of that reach across the 3 frets. You've probably seen, if you've seen any of my other videos and talk about the 3 fret stretch, this is a big thing to get down. When you get past this, it makes life so much easier on guitar. Or there's 3 fret stretch as well for just recording tonight's and baritone ukulele stuff for the ukulele program. So if you play ukulele, you'll find this too. So, or G to F, there's another good one. G to F. Out, watch the elbow, in, out, in, out, in. Laying down your fingers, first, second, third, always lay them down in the same order. Never, ever lay them down like that. Worst thing you can do. And don't worry, I've been talking to people recently and they're talking about, oh, I have to get everything down. You don't have to get everything down in one go. Just lay it down. And the reason I'm mentioning this is this here. If we were playing from G to C, when we come in on the G chord, on the C chord, I'm going to put a rhythm with an up in it. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's some crazy, I'm using this as a link. But I'm going to simplify all that right down. So say we had down, 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 up, down. Now, can you hear any gaps? See that? No gaps. So a couple of things going on there. The rhythm hand, so remember I'm playing down, 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 up, down, up. The rhythm hand isn't stopping. And if it is stopping, that's holding you back. You need to keep the rhythm going. Whether you make it to the C or not, even if you just make it to that note, keep this side here moving. Now you notice they are falling. So my C chord becomes 1, 2. But it was originally 1, 2, 3. And it's never been 3 together. It's always been, when for the last I'm playing since I was 15, so for a good 30 years it's been 1, 2, and it's never ever given me any problems changing in and out of songs, no matter what the song is. I've always been able to get into it because this is carrying it through, because that's a mini C chord. G, C, E, that's all you need, but we're just doubling up with an E and a C here. So think about what's going on. The arm's coming in, the rhythm's constantly moving, and we're putting a link in here. Now the link is just on the up, but that gives me a split second to lay these down. Instead of going, or sorry, don't give it an inch there to squeeze in that gap. You don't want any gaps. You want connection. It's all about connecting things through. So if you've got any kind of rhythm at all that has an up at the end and it contains that note, we're talking about this note at the minute. There are other options, but this note, so it could be A minor, it could be F, could be C. If there's an up at the end of the previous bar, use that on that bar. So if you've got 6 strums, down, 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 up, on the last up, use that as your connector and then down on the next chord. You can do the same thing on the way back to G. Just got to be careful. You can use the open strings. See that? Now you notice the way the G's coming down. Lead fingers, 1, 2. Now, because of muscle memory built up over time, the spacing is happening here, but the idea is the same. I never lay it down any other way than 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's about repetition, practicing it the same way every single time. Think about, can you put a link in, keep the rhythm going, and think about what your arm's doing. Don't want to make it too tactical, but there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of things going on to make this all, sorry about that. Shows it's live. Yeah, so there's a lot of things going on that come together to make a chord change work. Now that's a very, very simple example, but when you have the basic foundation like that down and you just start building on that, these are the things you need to be thinking about when you're having problems changing chords. Because if you're watching this from the Get Playing guitar group or Get Playing ukulele group, or the principles are the same of those instruments. There are connecting notes that join the whole thing together and make it all just smooth and come together. We're trying to get rid of the stop start syndrome. Stop, down, 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 up, stop, change chords, start again. Don't want that. We want rid of all that. That's not going to help. That doesn't sound good to anybody listening. Okay, so hope I've given you a few things to think about. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat below. Just really wanted to kind of give you a hand in these chord changes, because I hate seeing people struggling with their chord changes when there are simple adjustments you can make that just make it all so much easier, you know. So I hope that's helped. If you want to have a chat or discuss it with me, comment, as I say, below. If you're in the group, I'll pop this in the group. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know if it's helped you. It'd be really useful for me too, because it means I'm helping you out, which is the whole point. Okay, thanks. See you again soon. Bye.